Liz Truss has landed in Taiwan. Yay!
Foreign Minister, friends, it's fantastic to land in Taiwan.
Wait, Liz who?
Your Majesty, lovely to see you again. It's a great pleasure.
Liz Truss, the shortest serving Prime Minister in British history. Her legendary 49-day stint as PM is a source of ridicule here in the UK. I mean, even a lettuce lasted longer than Liz's tenure as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. And this is who we're sending to Taiwan, huh? Okay. As I'm not really a huge fan of Liz or the Conservative government that she represents, you'll have to forgive me for jumping to the conclusion that Liz isn't really going to Taiwan for the right reasons. In other words, I think that this is just one big publicity stunt from Truss because she wants to erase her political follies of the past and stage one big comeback, and what better way to do so than to champion freedom, democracy, and the Taiwanese way. Even her former colleagues think Liz is only in it for the attention. Alicia Kearns, not Alicia Keys, the chair of the Foreign Affairs Select Committee, said about Truss's visit to Taiwan, "The trip is performative and not substantive. It's the worst kind of Instagram diplomacy." Kearns also added, "It is deeply unhelpful because it escalates the normal situation in Taiwan. Taiwanese people already have to live with more Chinese military maneuvers because of Nancy Pelosi's visit. Liz Truss doesn't have any influence anymore. It's more about keeping herself relevant." Well, Alicia Kearns, if Liz Truss doesn't have any influence, then why are you even talking about her? Anyway, what is she even talking about? Does she realize it doesn't take much to make China angry these days, especially if you whisper the magic word Taiwan over and over again? If Truss is a nobody with no influence, why on earth would China be getting so angry about a nobody visiting Taiwan? Does China get upset every time a plane arrives into Taiwan and the tourists get off the plane? Does this Alicia Kearns think that if Liz Truss doesn't go to Taiwan, then the threats from China will actually stop? China has been threatening Taiwan for decades, with or without Liz Truss. Another one of the Tories who criticised Truss's visit to Taiwan is James Cleverly, or as I like to call him, James Stupidly. The Secretary of State for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs suggested that Truss's trip could upset the British government's carefully balanced approach to Chinese relations. He said the UK should not pull the shutters down on China. Give me a break, dude. If anybody is going to pull the shutters down, then it's the Chinese Communist Party. You know, those big shutters of steel, forged by the 1.4 billion Chinese people to be exact. And what carefully balanced approach is he even talking about? Is this balanced approach the endless ass kissing and bowing down to the Chinese Communist Party and trying our hardest not to offend an evil despotic dictator? This sounds very balanced to me, Mr. James Stupidly. Oh my god. Like I said previously, it really doesn't take much to offend the Chinese government, and it seems that all these British politicians are worried about is upsetting China. I mean, do they actually believe that if Liz Truss goes to Taiwan or doesn't go to Taiwan, that it will have an effect on China's constant threats to invade Taiwan? It's pretty clear already that China have been thinking about invading Taiwan for a long time, so what difference will it make if Truss, this nobody Liz Truss, actually goes to Taiwan? This backlash against Truss's visit to Taiwan from the Conservative government in the UK only shows to me how weak they really are. It shows that they're a failure of a government and that they're afraid of China, and it also suggests to me that China has way more political influence in the UK than I initially feared. The British government are playing China's silly little game, and it really amuses me that a former Prime Minister One that was ridiculed by the British public has more guts than our current Muppet of a Prime Minister will ever have. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of Liz Truss, but I really should put my bias towards her aside and see the positive in what her going to Taiwan actually means. In my personal opinion, I think it's a good thing that Liz Truss is going to Taiwan because I've spent the last 2 years of my life trying to show the rest of the world how amazing Taiwan is here on YouTube, and I've had some degree of success. But Liz Truss can do 1,000,000 times more than what I've ever done for Taiwan in the last 2 years in just a week. And if that means China will get mad, then so be it. As I've already said, what doesn't make China mad these days anyway? If Liz Truss can show the people of the UK the real and scary situation that Taiwan faces from the CCP, then isn't that a good thing? In fact, I'm all for this. Even if Truss's motives aren't exactly for the noblest of reasons, even if it is a vanity project of hers, it will at least put Taiwan in the news here in the UK and perhaps enlighten the British public to Taiwan's cause. And that can only be a good thing. After all, Liz was invited by the Taiwanese government to go to Taiwan, and I'm glad that she accepted. Think about it this way. Wouldn't it have been pretty humiliating for Taiwan if a failed prime minister whose time as prime minister was outlived by a lettuce said, "No, sorry Taiwan, I can't come and visit you because this evil dictator in China said that I can't." Imagine that. Not going to Taiwan would actually do more damage than going, because it would be saying to the world that an evil nightmare of a dictator can dictate to free and democratic countries what they can and cannot do. No, Liz Truss has definitely done the right thing by going to Taiwan, and I hope the Taiwanese people welcome her with open arms and show her some of that awesome Taiwanese hospitality that we all know and love, and really show Liz Truss what an awesome country Taiwan is. And that's right, Taiwan is a country. Thanks for watching today's video, and please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. It really does help. Running this YouTube channel has always been a passion project for me, and I love making videos for all of you, and I will always post on here as much as I can. With that being said, it does take a bit of effort to make these videos, and YouTube doesn't really compensate content creators the way that they should. Even if the videos get thousands of views, the money that you can earn is really low. That's why I'm asking each and every one of you if you can please consider becoming a YGZ patron. You can join for a small monthly subscription of £3 per month, and you will have access to bonus content, and you can also personally contact me. If monthly subscriptions aren't really your thing, then you can send a one-off donation through PayPal me, or you can buy me a coffee. You'll find the links to do all of this in the video's description and on my channel banner. Thank you for your time. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you in the next video.